I told you we would start now. This is right up Dave Aiken's alley, so we should start with him. This is according to their net finances. How much money are they worth?
Okay.
Rachel Maddow of MSNBC or Sean Hannity of Fox News? Who has more money? Who's worth more?
Oh, boy. Well, Hannity does some radio on the side, and she hasn't been around, I don't think, as long. I'll say Hannity.
By a lot.
I think it's by a mile.
It's by a mile.
I think she just gets CNBC money. Maybe she writes a book. I don't know.
She's worth $35 million.
That's not bad.
Hannity's worth $300 million.
I believe it.
Hannity makes a ton.
And neither one of them will go out with me.
No. You know, I tell you.
He also has the right. He has the ear of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Does it ring? I used to listen to Hannity some, and I would hear him say things like, I'm trying my best to get this done and, on a budget and all this stuff. And I always think to myself, aren't you worth a ton of money? When you say something like, he would say like, oh, the price of this is out through the roof. And
they have to sound every man.
Yeah, he's got to sound every man.
But does it ring hollow when someone that has that much money?
No, because I think people probably don't
realize
that the common person might not realize how much money he really has.
$300 million.
And he would never come on and be like, I can afford anything I want. I mean, he'd lose listeners.
Oh, of course you can't say that. I remember when Kathy Lee Gifford was with Regis, and Regis was hosting Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And they had the first millionaire winner. Mm-hmm. He won the $1 million. On that game, it's tough. It was really tough to climb the pyramid and win. And he won $1 million. So they had him on Regis and Kathy Lee the next day. And Kathy Lee was like, "My God, $1 million! It's crazy." And of course, she made $1 million every 2 weeks. And so when she was saying that, it was like, she made it sound like, "Oh my, what could you possibly? Can you imagine?" And she said to Regis, "Can you imagine having all that money?" Mm-hmm. And Regis, of course, was. Yeah, I can't imagine having all that money.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris Demm, who's worth more, Ed Sheeran or Adam Levine? You're a music guy, but you don't know either one of these that well.
No. Can you tell the difference?
I think so. One is a ginger,
Sheeran,
who makes a ton of money. He doesn't tour as much. Mm-hmm. Levine is on TV, which is a steadier paycheck than streaming. I'm going to say Levine.
No. According to my records, Sheeran worth $200 million, Levine $160 million. You're nodding in there.
I am, because Sheeran is pretty much himself and writes his own songs, so he gets more. Levine, his music money is split in the band.
Mm-hmm. But music money, I wasn't even barely factoring that in. I was thinking of touring and versus TV.
When you write your own songs, do you make a lot more money?
Yeah.
Because Sheeran does write them all. I mean, I've read that about him. He's a songwriter. In fact, has he written for other people too?
Yeah, I believe he has. And there's a lot of bands that argue over and break up over writing credits because, whoever wrote the song, they'll get the check and they'll see a lot bigger check than the guy who just played the bass on the song.
Look at the Go-Go's.
Perfect example.
Great example.
And that was exactly what happened. They said, why are their checks bigger? Well, they write the songs.
Was it? How many bands do you know? Are there bands that you know that had real issues over writing credits? Aren't there some that would give everybody equal credit in the band?
Yeah, REM did that. Every song was written by everybody. So they decided early on that everyone was going to share equally.
And did that work really well? Because
I think so. They lasted, until the one guy had the health problems and had to leave.
But do you think they all did equally write songs? Or
I don't.
You don't. Michael Stipe did a lot of it.
He probably contributed most of the lyrics. The other guys probably contributed the music.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's like a tip share at the restaurant.
Yeah, that's like what you do here, right? Equal share.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. We all really...
Everybody gets the same
We all get the same check.
We all get the same.
It all goes in one. We split it 4 ways.
Exactly.
All for one and one for all.
I said it when Chris Demm and I said it when we started the show. That's the way it has to be, and that's exactly right.
That reminds me, I got to go upstairs today.
Uh-oh.
Talk to somebody. Biggie, you want to come?
Absolutely.
I'm leaving early.
I gotta go play pickleball.
It must be nice.
I'm
having the court resurfaced.
That's right. I'll say what Biggie says. I need gas. I'm leaving early. Guys coming to my house at 3. I'm leaving early.
Just go.
All right, Biggie. Let's do music for you.
Okay.
U2's The Edge. AC/DC's Angus Young. Who's worth more? This should have been Chris Demm's. You should have gotten the Sheeran one. This should be Chris Demm's.
Man. Close, though, again. I'm going to give a slight edge to The Edge.
Oh, I like the way you did that. You're right. Yes, by more than you probably think. Angus Young's worth $160 million. The Edge, $400 million. They must make a ton. Well, from touring, right? They make a ton of money. Obviously.
They do. I mean, their tours are expensive, but the prices are up.
So if the Edge is worth,
it's got to be licensing deals too.
Absolutely.
Right,
well, they were in with Apple that time. I remember they were.
They made Apple money for a long time.
So if the Edge is worth $400 million, what's Bono worth? Close to $1 billion.
Half a bill?
Yeah, I would say $600 million, something like that. I don't have him on here. Did you see this thing? This is rock and roll now. Wolfgang Van Halen is really mad at this show that is doing an autopsy report on Eddie Van Halen. It's what they do. The show is, I forget the name of it. It's up. My wife watches it sometimes. She's on what?
Like a forensic show?
Yeah, and they'll take celebrities and look at their autopsy results and say, here's what their last few hours were like.
Oh, that's kind of tacky.
It's awful. And Wolfgang Van Halen has tweeted, how dare you? The man died of cancer. We all know that the last hours are horrible, and you don't need an autopsy to know what it was like. He had cancer. It wasn't like he was murdered, where you have to see these forensic files.
Yeah, he was sick.
And so, he's like, how? And he was like, F you for making it, F any of your advertisers for advertising, and F you for watching it.
How does your wife feel?
I haven't talked to her about this one yet.
You're right in the middle now.
I'm going to pull this one off the queue. I don't know. I might say to her.
He's passionate about his dad.
And good for him.
Yeah.
I thought that it is a little bit tacky,
Yeah, this, and especially for somebody who died of cancer, what do you...
Right,
It's
it's
what do you mean his
cancer.
last couple hours were
We know.
terrible?
There was a series. I don't know if they still make them, but there was a series. You guys know sometimes I'll watch Access TV. A lot of really good music documentaries on there and concerts. And there used to be a series called, I think, like The Last 24. And it was the last 24 hours of someone's life, like Sid Vicious or Anna Nicole Smith. And they used interspersed mostly real footage with actors who played them, and they really played it badly. But it was literally the last 24 hours of their life.
Now that I don't mind some of them. Who's the Tupac? That's a mystery. I see that. But with Eddie Van Halen, I think I've got that
he's in the
picture.
bed.
He's in a bed surrounded by loved ones. What else do you need? And that does seem tacky to me. Just that.
But people are drawn to the macabre.
They are, and celebrity. You've got that there. All right, let's break the tie here, Dave. Chris Rock or Charles Barkley? Who's worth more? Chris Rock or Charles Barkley?
Rock. He's got some movie money. He got some. He stand up. He tours. He travels. Got his ass beat. But I'm gonna go. Not Chris Rock. I don't think so.
You're going Charles Barkley.
I'm gonna go Barkley.
No, it is Chris Rock. The whole build-up there. No, surprisingly. $65 million. Charles Barkley, $55 million is what they're worth.
Charles is on TV all the time.
And he does a lot of commercials.
Tons of endorsements.
Lots of them.
And the TNT and all that. He's gambled a lot, but
Is that factored in?
They don't factor in.
it shouldn't it? His net worth. I mean, I know guys that have seen him gamble, though.
TV for some of these.
It's big.
Wow.
When you talk about Levine.
Hang on. Kelly's basking in reflected glory.
Go ahead.
Remember, like he used to know a guy that drives a Tesla.
This guy says that Charles Barkley would come up to the blackjack table and say, "Can you raise the limit to $100,000 a hand?" I would be like, "What?" I mean, that the upper limit, he would bet $100,000 a hand.
I'd like the cash in, please.
I was playing $5 hands.
I mean, it's a $5.
I no longer afford this table.
No longer.
I fold.
I cannot be there. Gee, that would make me so nervous. If I took a card from Charles,
Oh, yeah.
Sir
If you
Charles.
took his jack,
That's my queen.
Oh my Lord! I'm
You're
sure-
laying 14.
Yes, what are you supposed to do? I don't know how to play.
No.
All right,
I
Biggie.
loved you as a sixer.
Get this one and you win. Mike Tyson or Lenny Kravitz? Who's worth more?
Ooh, man. Well, Mike Tyson has lost a fortune, gained a lot of it back, but I'm still going to give, I'm going to have to go Lenny Kravitz.
You're right. By a lot. $80 million for Kravitz. $10 million for Tyson. He's not as rich as I guess you'd think. He lost a lot of money.
He lost it all, but he's crawled his way back up.
Check him out on his podcast, Hot Boxing.
oh, that's right.
Does
That's right.
that,
He does
yeah.
have a podcast.
But we were on vacation. He punched a guy on a plane.
Yeah, that pretty much went
That
away.
went away.
though.
Yeah.
Is it because the guy was
in his face.
Yeah.
Was he drunk? Was he just offensive? Or is he just starting it?
I know he was in his face.
Apparently, Tyson was cordial at first, but the guy just wouldn't let it go.
Wanted a picture or something.
Yeah,
kept
he just
wanting
kept-
something from
Just
him.
kept talking to him and bugging him.
And we're in the air or on the ground in the airplane?
Good question. I don't know.
I don't know.
See, we were on vacation.
Didn't sink in.
I think they were in the air, but it started on the ground. I think Tyson
Wait a
just had enough.
We have him addressing it. This is Mike Tyson talking about it last week.
Yes, and they said they ain't gonna pick up charges.
Yeah, so you good.
Yeah.
Survive.
Yeah.
This is on Hot. This is on Hot.
This is what we've been sitting on this gold mine the whole morning.
This is on Hot Boxing last week. Yeah, we've had it for a couple of days now. He said they ain't gonna press no charges, and then he described a little bit of what
Ain't
happened.
gonna pick up charges.
Yeah, so you good.
Yeah.
Survive.
Yeah. I mean,
You
man,
kept your poise for a long time.
yeah, I
man.
took pictures with the. And I'm just saying, this guy don't know I love. I shouldn't even be taking public planes. My wife gets mad that I take public planes. Well, what am I doing on a plane with my friends and what? I guess he's supposed to watch me, a bodyguard and a yes. And what am I doing on a plane? It triggers me.
Mike Tyson speaking out for the first time about an incident on a plane.
Still waiting for you to say what he said.
It's very elucidating, very illuminating.